And I'm
we're about to get into live. Be sure to follow our amazing sponsors, Fiya Infusion, Tax Strategy, Ask Blue Jay, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, and Black Dollar Days. And be sure to tune into our other programming throughout the week. All right, y'all, let's get it.
Yo, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I know what you should be doing. I'm the pride of the Eastside, DJ MH2da, and you need to tune into the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi.
What it do? Your favorite cousin, Young Jock, checking in. And right now, you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite, MzMetchi, all right? Hey, man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey, man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. And I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Hey, y'all. I'm double fisting today. It's been one of those weeks. I'm getting prepared to shake a little ass because y'all know Daycation is on Saturday. The Don Julio make you like a Julio. And we about to start tonight. I'm starting early, y'all. Y'all know I go into a whole groove. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Oh, I got a special show for you tonight because look, I have one of our friends of the show joining us, but also my co-host for this weekend's Daycation. Okay, it's going down. DJ MH2da is in my backstage area, and I'm about to bring him out shortly. Okay, look, we got to go ahead. We got to check in. I don't know about you all, but this has this week, the week has been weeking. Okay. We'll go ahead and just start it like that. Now, that was Baby Shakes by Calumet. Okay, that song is available everywhere. This is for the ladies to get you grooving. Okay, we just want to get you grooving out here. Go ahead and check him out. He actually had a project that just dropped. And I still gotta go and listen in. So I'll be, presenting that to you all soon. I just haven't had a chance to take a listen. But that was Calumet. Y'all make sure that y'all stream his music. If you haven't already, make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company everywhere at the BP Media Co. And of course, make sure you're following me, your girl MzMetchi, on all platforms. Just type it in, baby. I'm gonna pop right on up. And of course, shout out to my amazing radio partners, Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5. Now, if you miss any of tonight's show, okay, especially with my special guest, you can definitely catch me at 3 o'clock on Sundays with my radio partners. And of course, the Blueprint Live is available anywhere that you listen to your favorite shows on the go. Now, last but not least, before we get started and I bring in DJ MH2da tonight, I'll have to shout out my amazing sponsors, okay? I brought you all a quick word before we got started from Live Long Health. Make sure that you all, if you reach out to her, to Diamond, shout out to Diamond from Live Long. If you reach out to her, mention promo code Blueprint, okay, for discounts for any services that you do. And it's very important. It's very demure to use your discount codes when you are going to any of the affiliates. Okay, make sure that you mention that. And of course, shout out to Paris Ice Bar and Fiya Infusions. Now, tonight, this one, I'm going to give you all a little bit of background. Now, y'all know we don't try to do the topics too heavy, but we talk about real things. So this was a special request from, and I don't think she wants her name mentioned, but she did ask me. She's a big supporter of the Blueprint Live to talk about this because this was something that came up recently, and I felt like what a way to go ahead and talk about it, because you all know that this weekend I actually did a workshop. I was actually one of the keynote speakers for that. And shout out to Ayanna Dixon and Keita LaShawn, the ladies that brought everything together. It was absolutely amazing to talk about working through grief. So tonight we're talking about healing through the heartache, okay? Embracing grief and honoring love. That was a special request. So I'm just here to talk about it, whatever y'all want to talk about. Now, tonight I'm gonna go ahead. Let me get ready, because y'all know how MH is. He real bougie. So we got to make sure his stuff is on the screen. Okay. But like, I'm looking at him. He like, she talking already. So let me go ahead and bring in tonight's special guest, DJ MH2da. What's up?
Popping? You said
Nothing.
I'm bougie?
Yes. Absolutely. Look, absolutely. How you doing?
No way. I'm great. How are you? Thank you for having me again. I appreciate you.
Of course. I feel like you were just here when we were promoting last time. We have to stop meeting like this.
Yep.
I think I don't know.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. Well, maybe it was one other time.
It was close to the Daycation, but we was here promoting something. So yeah.
I know. Look, I mean, I guess that's the point. We have to come together for that. So, I mean, give us some updates since the last time you've been here. That would have been in what, June? Before your
It's a lot didn't happen since June. I traveled. I took a break. I took a quick break after I saw you after the Daycation. I took a break, went on vacation. But then like the work just came like right away.
Okay.
I got a chance to DJ the Special Olympics Rubber Ducky Derby.
Okay, the Chicago Derby. Oh,
Chicago Derby. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah. So I was able to do that. As I told y'all last time that I've been real corporate these days. So that's one of my corporate events. Shout out to my corporate people who helped me do all that great stuff.
That's amazing.
MzMetchi. What else did we do? I did a Take Back Our Block with Mayor Brandon Johnson block party. Yeah, we outside. Yeah.
That was a great event. I don't really know if everyone's feeling him right now, but
I ain't got nothing to do with no political nothing. I'm just a DJ. So
you just provided the vibes, right?
I provide the entertainment, to each his own. What else has happened since then? I've DJed. I went to Nashville and DJed a women's empowerment conference. Okay. From there, I've been back and I DJed a women in domestic violence gala, and then just this past Saturday I DJ a women's and wellness award ceremony, the second annual. That's my second time being there. So I've been outside. Of course, I've still been in the club, but corporate wise, that's just what's been happening. And
that's amazing.
It's been dope, and it's been a lot of women that's been really embracing me. So it's really, I'm having fun.
Yeah, look, I mean, you know what? If you can appeal to the ladies as far as the crowd is concerned, you are gonna always keep the party going. We really drive the party. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ovita, thank you for tuning in. So, I have you on tonight because we got to get them ready for Saturday.
Facts. Are you ready for Saturday? Is the question.
I am ready. You can't see it. It's not in the frame, but my outfit and everything is actually just right here. It is. This is the thing. I have just totally embraced like that. I like to do like the styling. I like to style different looks and put different things together. So I absolutely have an area where my outfit is ready to go for the next.
I dig that. The Daycation won't be off the chain though. I can't wait. I'm excited.
So I want them to hear from you. They've been hearing from me for the last few weeks since we released everything. Okay. What can they expect on Saturday, just from your vantage point?
A great time, right? The Daycation is always a good time. If the Daycation started, I want to say back in 2017 at the Velvet Lounge. Okay. And it's been running yearly. Well, it was, sometimes you might catch it every month. Sometimes you might catch it a couple times a month, depending on, how we feeling. It started back though in 2017 at the Velvet Lounge, and it's just been consistently happening ever since. So now I believe we found for the first time ever, we're in the south suburbs. So let's make. I'm gonna make.
Oh, wait a minute! No, not this is the inaugural.
This is
Vita, where the Daycation is going on at the Hideaway in Calumet City from 1 to 5 this Saturday. So
yeah,
we outside. Pull up.
It's gonna be a good time. But yeah, it's the first time we've been in the south suburbs with the Daycation. It's always like downtown or in a city. We've never done a Daycation. We've done a Daycation outside of Chicago. It's been a Daycation in Memphis. It's been a Daycation in Atlanta, I believe, but we've never done a Daycation in the south suburbs of Chicago. So this is the first time we're doing it out there. So it's gonna be a good time, a good vibe. You know, it's always a lot of people, a lot of women, especially the women, love to come hang out at the Hideaway. We got a expect a great time with the kitchen being open. We got $5 shots of Don Julio. Weather permitting, we're gonna have the patio open. They got the hookah.
And it's 420 friendly for those.
They're excited to have us. We're excited to be there. I'm gonna DJ my ass off. I can curse, right? A little bit.
It's a little bit, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna DJ my butt off. So yeah, it's going down.
Why did you edit it? It already happened. You were supposed to just roll with it.
Nah, I don't like a little bit. If I can't curse, I ain't gonna curse. So my bad.
That's funny. So you know what? I want to ask you this. You because that was actually one of the questions that I did want to ask you, because you wouldn't believe it. As I've been promoting this time, I don't know what's different about it, but people have been asking me. They're like, okay, is this like a party series? Like, what's going on? So since you've been hosting it for so long, Mike, can you like recall what is the Daycation that really stood out to you that's happened already?
It's been a few. So the very first one, the Daycation started. Let me give y'all a little bit of background origin of the Daycation. The Daycation actually started for I don't know the year, but it was a birthday party I was having, and I just needed a theme for it, right? So so I had just came off of vacation, and I wanted to go right back on vacation, and so since I couldn't come back, since I couldn't go right away on vacation, the thing became like day party. I'm a day party king, so
day parties are the best.
I just decided to like combine the names: day party, vacation, Daycation, right? So the theme worked, and the party worked so well that the owner from Velvet came to me and was like, "Yo, you want to do this again next month?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You think you get the same crowd out?" I'm like, "Of course." So we did it again in July, and we got the same crowd, the same, everything, and it just has been going on since then. So the very first Daycation was definitely one for the books. It's been so many. We had different themes, like we had what you call it, ugly sweater version of the Daycation. We had the all black version of the Daycation. We had an all-star version.
I'm mad I missed the all black one. That's my jam.
I
got on all black.
We had one that fell on Valentine's Day, so we had like a love, theme. So it was pretty dope. This fan's birthday party was the Daycation, right? Like,
the one in June.
Who paying attention? Like, my birthday is in June, so we had a Daycation in June. What stood out there that the venue was hot
as hell. We talking about rotisserie oven hot. Yeah. We were talking about the inside of your air fryer hot. Yes.
It's crazy because like for it to be June, it was like 90 degrees that day. Like it was one of
95, Mike. I don't leave off the 5 degrees.
My bad. 95 degrees, and it was all of that in the club. But we had a good time sweating and all. Like it was dope.
We did. You know what? I have never, I will say this, because we all have our first. That was my first time being that like physically a little bit uncomfortable, but I was having the time of my life. Yeah, it was fun. The one, I guess my first one that I went to was the one at the Wild Hair last year.
Fact. Oh yeah, I forgot.
And for me, I just felt like that one had got me. I was like, yeah, it's got me feeling away.
Wait, that was your first Daycation?
It was.
Wow. So the Daycation she's speaking of, we had
that was your birthday party too.
It was my birthday party, and Reese from 3 Piece performed. It was dope vibe. Like you just never know what to expect at the Daycation. We've had plenty of celebrities, basketball players stop through. You just never know who's going to be in the building, right? Like,
okay. Well, look, we hoping we have some special guests on Saturday, which is all the people, because everybody is special.
Exactly. it's Scorpio season too, so you know Scorpio's gonna be in the building representing, doing what they do, right?
Scorpioing. Okay,
Scorpio.
you know how the Scorpios be Scorpioing, man.
Woo. No comment,
Well,
but yeah,
Mike,
Scorpio.
before you leave, I want you
Where
to
I'm
share.
going? I thought I want to be here all night. Can I stay? I gotta go.
I didn't know you was co-hosting.
I want to chill. I ain't co-hosting, but I want to chill. Can I chill?
What you trying to
I'm
ride?
asking.
You trying to ride through the segments?
I'm asking. Can I? It's your call. If you want me here,
of course. Look, you already know. What did I tell them before you came on? I'm like, Mike is a friend of the show. You're welcome to hang out.
I'm here.
Let's have some fun. Let's do it. So, okay, now that we got that out the way, now look, we got to take a real quick break because you know I got to pay some bills, Mike.
Indeed.
And when I come back, we're gonna hop into tonight's Hate It and Love It. So since you're here, you got to come up with a Hate It and Love It.
You want me to come up with it?
I mean, I have mine. Mine's aren't that bad this week.
So let's go with yours. Why we got to come up with mine?
Because you're
okay.
gonna participate. Yeah,
I got one. I got one already, but you might have the same one. But let's see. Okay.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. All right, y'all, it's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
All right, coming back, my special guest DJ MH2da is joining us for he decided he wanted to stay for the rest of the segment.
It's time.
I don't have the sound recorded, so we're gonna let you do your own ad libs tonight.
I got it. I got us. Don't worry.
And I'm going to leave your information up at the bottom just so that those that are tuning in, they can kind of get all of the deets for this weekend.
Please do. I appreciate that. Follow me on that IG for real. I need to get them numbers up.
Don't we all? Okay. We want to get it up naturally. We want real numbers, y'all. Please
Right?
Don't sign in with your bot account or the one that y'all use to spy on people. Please sign in with your real account. Thank you. That's my message. So I'll kick it off. I actually have a love it.
Okay.
So I shared with everyone that has been tuning in with me that on Saturday, I had a little bit of running around. So Saturday, I actually attended. The first thing I started off doing was I went to Dr. Shaniqua's Purple Path Healing Retreat. And it was right over in Tinley Park. Absolutely amazing. All the people that I met. And I ran into a lot of my old people too. So it was really, really, really a good experience. And I was a little bit nervous because you all know I was a keynote speaker for Keita LaShawn's From Rage to Calm. Yes. That was do you know that was my first time?
Really?
Yeah, it was. It's funny. I knew what I wanted to talk about, but I made it a point to really go into prayer because we were talking about, such sensitive topics. And I'm like, okay, Lord, guide me. And I think my love it this week is that sometimes when we take our hands off the wheel, things come together. It was an amazing experience connecting with everyone that was there. And it really, really, I felt like me sharing and opening up and talking to the people, it really helped to open up the floor for everybody else. So that's definitely my love it to kick it off this week.
Let's go.
Yeah. What about you?
My love it. I love the fact that as I spoke earlier, I was able to just DJ the Women in Wellness Award ceremony, and it was dope for it to be the second year. Like just to see the growth, but not just the growth, but like the continuous celebration of women and wellness, especially like mental health or just anything like women go through, and to see that there's a community of women who support each other and recognize each other for just being who they are.
Yeah.
And they and to see them celebrate like 8 different women was like wow, like this is real
awesome.
dope. Like I had a great time. I wasn't the only man there, but I was the guy there who was like featured, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So for that to be for me to be a part of that was like, yo, this dope. Like I really had a good time. So shout out to Sister Fiya. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And the women of wellness.
I think I've gotten it wrong too. We're gonna get it right one day.
Yeah, and Kamisha Jones and everybody who's a part of that. And Raquel Smith, again, thank you everybody for making me a part of that. But yeah, that's my love it, like Women in Wellness 2024.
Absolutely. Let's see. I mean, you know what? This doesn't qualify as I hated it, but I did hate this part. That's part of my love it. So I had a great I had to get a new vehicle. It makes you know that I shared that with you this week. And for the first time, I mean, y'all know we adults, so you have to get cars. This was probably the most pleasant experience that I had this week.
Wow.
Ever. Like it was the most seamless, it was the quickest. And I'm here for efficiency and not spending an entire work shift. Cause it's like they, I feel like when they keep you at the dealership long like that, they treating you like you got like bad credit or something, or you just, you like a hoodlum or something. I didn't like it. Yeah. But this time it wasn't like that. It was a very, very great experience. I would recommend it.
Okay. I don't want to switch gears, but I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. I have a hate it, and I think I hate this for all people.
What is the hate it?
You might be talking about this in this segment, so I apologize if I'm taking over.
What's that?
Comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from the Republican. He was a part of the Republican one of Trump rallies or whatever. But the derogatory comments that he made about like not just Puerto Rico, but he made about Black people and everybody else, like I ain't even really feeling that.
It was scathing.
And by him, like, don't get me wrong, I've seen his work, his previous work. So I know that's the kind of humor that he has, but I just think it's the time and the place for everything. And that just this ain't the time and the place or the climate for you to, make those jokes. So I hate that.
Yeah.
Tony, you gotta do better.
You gotta be responsible.
100%.
With your platform. Yeah. I would agree. It's always so much foolishness going on. My hated it's got to be election season in general. It's too much propaganda. It's everywhere that you turn.
Facts.
I mean, even down to I thought I could get away from it going to work. I'm just like, okay, maybe I'll have a reprieve. And then where do I land myself? Directly in a meeting preparing for the election day. I'm like, Zoom call. Teams
we got the emails today, word.
In person. These are the routes that are being blocked off. I was like, you know what? I'm like, I'm ready for Tuesday. And then I'm a little bit not ready for it. But I know that I'm ready for it to be over for sure.
100%. 100%.
Definitely. So those are your hated and loved it for the week?
That's it.
I mean, the last love it is, of course, and I mean, I don't know. I think I could probably speak for both of us. The Daycation on Saturday. But no, get there. Look, it's $10 to get in. Okay.
That's it. $10 ain't nothing.
That's nothing. That's it's nothing.
Y'all got money.
You about to come in. They got the $5 Don Julio, make you act a Julio.
So this is what you should do. You should walk in with $20 in your hand, right? So you should walk in, give $10 to the lady at the door, and then go straight to the bar and get you 2 shots of Don Julio.
Correct.
Immediately, like you walking in to a great time. I promise. From the time that I turn on the music to the time that we have to go home, you're gonna have a great time. So walk in, 2 shots, entry fee. It's lit.
I'm about to put MH on blast because this is one of my hated it. And
what I do?
Oh, you're involved. So He won't take requests. So y'all don't come to the Daycation asking for requests. He don't take song requests.
That's not true.
That's my hater.
It's somewhat true. Like,
okay,
it depends on the request, and like, don't come to me requesting a song and humming, right? Like, if you say, "Can you play that song?" You know how it going to be like,
I'm like, I can't even hear you,
right? Because I have no idea what you're saying, right? At this point, so don't come up there with that. And then
I come with very direct requests, and they may or may not get played. I give it to you. You do half and half.
She's lying. 90% of her requests get played.
90, I think that number's egregious.
Agree. So what would you say? Like, if you had to put a percent on it, what would you say? 88?
65.
Yo. I almost threw this computer out the window.
That number.
I almost threw this computer out the window. She's lying.
No, they get played. I'm just messing around. But no, don't come with 100 requests though. I did just want to give that PSA. Come and enjoy yourself and enjoy the soundtrack that is being played for you. Can we second that?
I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. The song that you want to hear, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna play it.
Mike, are you playing some Diddy?
I don't know.
I'm like this. I'm like, let's be messy for a minute. I mean, how do you feel?
So we here. I will be honest.
What you say? Talk to me.
Everybody always, everybody knows I'm a petty. I hope y'all, like, a lot of people know I'm a fan. I am a fan of Diddy, right? Like, so I am. However, I'm also empathetic to the people who, are offended by said artists like Diddy, R. Kelly, whoever, music.
Yeah.
Right? So I try to make a conscious effort to not offend anyone. However, because there's another however, I do believe in due process, right? So because he's not convicted of anything or has not done anything wrong, I'm still supportive to a degree.
Okay.
To a degree. I ain't gonna lie, to a degree.
I get that.
But, again, I ain't here to offend nobody by, going crazy. So, yeah.
I'm just messing with you. Not you done got it. Not we done went all deep and stuff. You like,
nope.
Look, let me put
I just want the people to know. I just want the people to know.
I don't want to get canceled.
I just want the people because I ain't gonna lie. Diddy got arrested or whatnot, and I've seen people do like Diddy sets, and I ain't mad at that, right? Because to each his own. But like, I wouldn't do that because again, I don't know, people triggers. Let's just say that, like, I've seen people triggered by certain things and certain people, so I try to be mindful of that. But
I agree.
But
we gotta let things play out instead of letting public opinion really facilitate how things go. And I get it 100%.
Yeah, I'm with you. She just tried to put me on blast.
I mean, look, this is what we talk about. He's popped up on the What's Happening, What's Up several times. And I mean, it's always interesting. We always try to ask you from the DJ's point of view. I feel like, you really curate the vibe within a space, right?
Right.
So I just wonder, like, what are some of the things that are kind of governed with you all? But now that we got into all of that, now tonight's What Would You Do? Mike, this one's a little bit different. We're gonna have to really key in. You sticking around for the What Would You Do?
I am, but Davis, he said my hat though. So
he did. You hold on. Let's get your comment back up. Hold on.
Appreciate that, David.
Hey, David. He's tuning in from Cedar Hill, Texas. He said he likes the bull tap. He said y'all in Chicago can really party up there, and we can.
Facts.
He said, question, do music artists sample y'all house music in their songs?
For sure.
All the time. All the time. So, all right, y'all. We got to pay some bills real quick. Again, I'm going to remind you all before I bring on this word from our sponsor. Use promo code Blueprint. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
I'm 54, so basically, it's too late to start saving for retirement, right?
Not right. Starting to save, even in your 50s, can really make a difference.
Well, right now, saving seems hard to wrap my head around. Plus, with the way this year's been going...
Hey, listen, it's okay. You still got this. Just go to aceyourretirement.org. It's an online tool from AARP that can help you get your retirement savings on track no matter your age. It's free and only takes about 3 minutes.
I like 3 minutes.
Yeah, at aceyourretirement.org, you'll chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer a few questions and you'll get a personalized plan and tips to help boost your retirement savings. Tips that are easy to understand and tailored to your lifestyle.
I like that too.
Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Just head to aceyourretirement.org and make your plan to start saving for retirement.
Thanks.
That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and my special guest, DJ MH2da.
It's Tuda.
So tonight's What Would You Do is uniquely unique, as I would like to call it. And this young lady is in a little bit of a dilemma. So let's see if we can help her out. I've been reconnecting with a friend from high school after chatting online for a while. I finally met up, and one thing led to another. We became intimate for the first time. Just after midnight, he suddenly broke down, recognizing that it was his late father's birthday, the first since his passing. His emotions took over and he started to cry uncontrollably, even punching at the ottoman that was in the space we were in, before stepping outside to smoke and gather himself. He left out for about 45 minutes. As I waited for him to return, I saw that he made a Facebook post, excuse me. Oh, let me take a drink. Not he made a Facebook post while he was gone, Mike. Are you listening to this?
I'm here.
Okay, take it all in. Inviting others to come and pull up to where we were to smoke and drink with him in honor of his father. This surprised me, especially since I was in the midst of spending time with him and had even comforted him during his breakdown. And I'm still in his room at the time. The next morning, he started to text me, but the texts were slowing down from the usual pace. Yet he's still active on social media. Again, posting statuses for his Facebook friends to pull up on him to smoke. What would you do? Would you reach out to check on him, give him some space to process, or would you feel differently about reconnecting after how things played out? Wait, I think I need the liquor. This one, I guess I'm glad we have the male perspective. Oh, hey, Felice, how are you? Hey, girl. She said you better know it. I don't know what that's in reference to. Okay, this must be old stuff. So this situation is kind of crazy. First off, we're talking about grief tonight. So, I'm going to approach it with some sensitivity, but that's kind of crazy. So right after they did something, Mike, he starts wilding out because of he recognized it was his dad's birthday.
Not wilding out. He started crying.
Well, he started to punch the ottoman that was in their space.
Yeah, kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not wilding out. He had an emotional outbreak. You like that? Yeah, go with that.
It was a nice spin. It was a nice spin. So I think, I don't know. This is a hard situation. So what I would say is this. For me, it's going to depend on, how deep that situation is. If this is not really a deep situation, like, not that I'm not going to be a human to this person and be kind to them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try to, you know, comfort someone that's clearly they're seeking, they're actively putting out that they're seeking the attention or the comfort of other people. You know, if I was there and I made myself available, you can't, I don't think it's really healthy to push. So I would probably in this situation, I mean, definitely give some space to process. I don't know. Mike, what's your perspective? You
Space,
heard the whole situation.
space to process for him.
Yeah, because I mean, if what I'm saying is that okay, you can only be there for someone as much as they'll let you be there, right? So if you were around, you were comforting them, you know, trying to offer them whatever they needed at that time, but they were clearly soliciting for something else from other people and not from you. I think that it kind of leaves you a little bit at a standstill, right?
Nope. I think it's two different things, right? I think that they reconnected, they had sex, and it was that, but at the same time, the sex happened at a time, well, finished at a time that um his emotions took over, and
Yeah.
his emotions um uh was more, his emotions like was more like the sex didn't matter at that point, right? Like, not
Yeah.
saying that she didn't matter or what they, you know, their connection didn't matter, but more so
Right.
like his emotions took priority. And so him posting it on social media, that just meant like he just needed more, he just needed some love around him, right? Like
Right.
it might not have just been like random people. We don't really know like what his social look like. So I don't think like she should let her ego get in the way of what he's going through. So
Okay.
let him have his moment, reconnect. She don't have to be there for him either, though, right? Like, she don't have to be the one like trying to force herself on him more
Right.
than what's necessary right now. But also like try to be there for him if you rocking with him like that, if you feeling him like that,
Yeah.
that way. But I don't think like it's a choice like her or social media, right? Like I think it's
Well, I mean, I don't, that didn't really, at least from what I'm reading, that didn't really seem. I think it was something that was noted, but I don't think that seemed to have been an issue, right?
what you mean.
As far as like the social media, him going on there. I mean, I don't know. I guess that would be equivalent to say if you and I, okay, we're friends. We're just like this. Hey, let's go have some drinks. Let's go to happy hour, right?
Yeah.
So you and I are sitting at happy hour, right? We're talking. You're thinking like, oh, we're having a good time, and then in the midst of it, you're like, hey, I really want to, have a good happy hour. Somebody come pull up on me so I can have fun at happy hour. It's just like,
No, that's
damn,
different.
are you not having fun?
No.
She said that she said that he posted it when he went out to go.
Right. But I'm saying,
smoke,
so it's like
right?
this. It's like this. It's like what? So what you saying is happy hour, right? But like he didn't say, and I'm gonna say this how as best as I can say it. He didn't say, "Hey, I just had some coochie, but it wasn't all that, so bring some more coochie to
Jesus,
me."
Jermaine Christ.
I'm
What
just saying,
is wrong with you?
right? Because that's what you.
I get it. You're
That's why I said you got to take your ego. Like she had to take her ego out of it because like it ain't really like a.
But you know what? And I guess that maybe that's like, of course, that's like the difference with guys and girls, because it's just like, okay, if you are already in the company, and it's not like you didn't drop me off or what, we are still actively on a date. Hold on, wait. She said, so Mike, from a man's perspective, it's just one of those things.
No, I'm not saying that, right? Like I ain't saying. I think that that he probably just didn't have the emotional capacity to articulate his feelings to her.
Okay.
To explain how he was feeling in that moment and just say, what's going on and how he's feeling and what like that maybe he needs to be around a bunch of love, right? Like love not necessarily mean random people. Like it could be his sister, it could be his cousin.
Right.
Like Facebook ain't just the gang. It's always it's family too, right? So he just even his friends, best friends, whatever, right? Like it could be that. So I get it in the moment, because let's reverse roles. If it was a guy and it was a woman and she did that and she went on, and you just think you just put in work, she went online saying, "Yo, pull up on me, da 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 da." Like someone will feel away, right? Like I get it. I just think that it's bigger
Wait,
than
she
both.
said no, his ego.
I think both egos, right? Like well, not him, not his ego in a sense of saying like he didn't invite more women. And then say, yo, where the girls at, pull up on me, right? He just said, yo, pull up on me, like, we here. And that could have just been to his homies, his cousins.
I get it. So okay, in her situation, what would you do?
If that was a scenario that I was a part of, I would probably just give her space, like, or I talk to her.
I said give the space too, and you was just like, well, no, I'll take the ego out of it.
No, I ain't say you was wrong. I never said you was wrong. I would probably give her a space, but I also asked, like, yo, you cool? You want to hang out? Like, if not, I'll let you have your space, because cool. We don't really. I don't really know.
Still ask to hang out even after.
Yeah, why not? Like, it ain't. Tell me no, because like I don't think it's. I don't feel like it would be a slight to me, right? Or I would hope it wasn't a slight to me. If
you can only hope,
right? And if later, like, I'm like, yo, let's hang out, and you like, nah, well, I'm doing this, or you like, okay, cool, come up, pull up, whatever. Yeah. And I think the slight comes with like part two, like you want to do it again, and you like, yeah, no, or yeah, whatever, how that work, right? Like, I think that's
whatever the follow up is.
Whatever the follow up is, right? Like, right. And so you will know that if you was trash or not.
Yeah, I suppose that would be an indicator, right?
Right, like they would. I hope they would tell you.
You know what? I think that that's the thing. Most guys won't. I think that they will. That I don't think that they do.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, I mean, I think that that's the question that probably all women ask, but a lot of guys, they won't. So they, if he, like, say if he felt like it wasn't a good experience or whatever, he just like, get me out of here, whatever that is, right? He would probably go through other ways of kind of making that known. I mean, me personally, if I'm going and I'm gonna be laid up with you and you taking, the breaks, I understand that. Take your time, do whatever. But then you put something out like that, I wouldn't per se cut it off 100%, but it definitely wouldn't get too much more energy. Like, hey, I'll be good, be good as far as like, hey, how you doing? You doing all right? Because I understand grief, but outside of that,
grief is a big deal though, like especially a parent, right? We don't know how close him and his dad was.
Of course.
Like, so I just think that it's conversation, but me personally, if I was in a situation, I wouldn't take it personal without context to have a conversation. I wouldn't immediately like try to throw myself to the wolves, but give them
well, since we have you as a guy on the show for the perspective, because I feel like this is a situation, I mean, you know what, maybe not to this depth, but that someone would go through. What would you recommend that she does, I guess, I know you said put the ego to the side, but what about, like, what do you feel like that looks like? How would that play out?
Again, like, y'all reconnecting, right? Like, so it depends on a few things, like what's this reconnection about, right?
Like, she said that it was their first time, so I'm assuming that they were cool, but it was their first time being physical with one another.
So what it depends on what you're expecting from the situation, right? Like so I don't think we have enough context to like figure out what will happen like later, right? So
yeah.
So are they dating? Did they just link up like on some? I don't want to say sneaky link, but like just hanging out, like
right,
up,
like just linking up.
or is this somebody like they were dating before, or something, or they had feelings before, and now they chose to act on them, or what that looked like, right? So since I don't think we have those kind of that kind of context, but the context that we do have, I will say, like, follow up later. It don't gotta be within the time of this. Give them a couple days, give them a week, whatever, and then try to hang out again, and if and be like, yo, you ain't even gotta address it. Just see how he rock with you, and he gonna tell you, man, my bad. This. I'm sure you probably was feeling like this, but this, blah, whatever, or not. Whatever energy he give, rock with.
Feed off of that.
100%.
Ladies, look, you heard it from a guy's mouth for yourself. Feed off of that energy. So if after this encounter, sis, because I actually think that's great.
Then again, I'm not just drinking this tequila, so
I think that's a healthy perspective, because a lot of the times what's missing. See, girls can't give other girls true advice of really how to deal with the guys. Sometimes it is better to hear from a guy, like, hey, match that energy. Like if after this particular encounter, you feel like the text is stopping, the intensity of what it was. The unfortunate part about it is that, ladies, here's the real kicker. As soon as you sleep with somebody, unless they actually like rock with you like that, the intensity of it dies anyway, right? So feed off of their energy. Mike, I agree with you. Feed off of their energy to determine, is it really that deep or not, right?
Okay.
I think so.
I wouldn't even say that, right? Because things change, right? It ain't even necessarily like that. The energy might necessarily change,
right?
Or it changes both ways or different ways, right? Like, let's just say a man didn't put it down, but he thought he did, and a woman, was like displeased with him.
That was trash.
Right? She gonna fall back in her way too, right?
Right.
But she ain't gonna say that was trash. She's just gonna be like, oh yeah, no, I'm busy. I gotta wash my hair. I gotta, right?
I don't know, Mike. I might have to politely agree with you. Some of us will actually say it. Be like this, like, you know what? Be like, I'm looking forward to the next round. I don't think that was your Sunday's best.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah. So I would just say I would just say effective communication is always the key, right? Mm-hmm. Be honest, yo. I felt the way after we did this. I understand your pops or whatever happened there. So I want to make sure that I'm empathetic and sympathetic to that. Yeah. But to have a kickback, like, yo, what we doing, right? Like,
yeah.
So that way he's gonna tell you from there, like, yo, my bad, I didn't even think about that because of, this moment, or, man, who cares? That whatever, I did, right? Like,
yeah.
And so that's gonna let you know where you stand. Like, oh, okay, cool. And not saying like where you stand, as far as like he gotta choose his dad or you, but more so like he choosing himself over everybody.
Absolutely.
Which I ain't saying that's right, because again, if he ain't showing no empathy to what he did to you, just like you showing empathy to him, he foul. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you just gave him your whole being.
Yeah, like I'm sitting out, like I was sitting up in here, like, what's going on? I don't know. I'm very, whenever I read these what would you do's, and especially when they paint a picture, I'm very visual in terms of like, ooh, I'm like that, because
she's sitting in the bed with the sheet on and he outside,
and understand, like, Mike, it's just as much as guys are like, oh, did I put it down and all this other stuff, like, all these females out here, everybody is not a pillow princess, so you want to make sure that you showed up and that you was the nice little pea fairy that you could be. That's T. So
she said,
you sit up there like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Like you done went for putting it down. He punching the ottoman, like that sounds traumatic.
For sure.
For after adult time experience. So
for sure, like you went from laying up to seeing somebody like had this emotional outrage. You like,
yeah, a whole episode.
Okay, like, what do I do now, right? Like,
Confusion.
and then, you just like, okay, I'm gonna give him his moment. Let me get the scrolling. Kick back.
Right. Pull up on me to come smoke and drink. Like, excuse me.
What?
Yeah, you know what? And I love that you broke it down like that, because I feel like that's the exact, that's how it went.
Yeah,
like you again.
What do you
look
mean?
Like you bucking naked. Okay, you sitting up there like, wait a minute. I know this. You checking the time, because something like that would alert me. Like, just now posted. Like, first off, you done left me up in here. Okay.
You ain't came back and say, hey, babe, I'm sorry, but I'm finna invite the gang over. Just feeling the way.
She asked,
but I want you to spend the night. Like, make sure you let her know. Like, yo, look, I need my people around me right now. I ain't realized that this is going. I knew that this day was coming, but I ain't know like I was gonna feel how I feel. I need to invite some of my people over. But I want you to stay too. Like, don't leave. Spend a night with me, whatever. Because in the morning, like, you do it again.
That part, I'm just like, wait a minute, not you inviting back and never said nothing. Like, we're trying to keep the marathon going. It's
good. So yeah, I get it. Yeah. That's
well, y'all, look, we got to take a quick break, and then when I come back, we're gonna jump into tonight's what's happening, what's up. It's Mike, it's too many things that are a little bit concerning to me, but I feel like that the people have to know. So okay. I'm just here to deliver on it.
I'm here with you. Let's go.
All right. Be right back, y'all.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Learn more about MzMetchi today. She's an entrepreneur, host of the Blueprint Live, media personality, professional brand ambassador, brand talent manager, commercial real estate professional, event host, beauty and fashion influencer, marketing and promotions professional. Learn more about MzMetchi by visiting MzMetchi.com for more information.
Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Annie, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and my very special guest, DJ MH2da. He decided to hang out with us tonight. Look at that. You ain't do the it's to
It's to
Thank you. Okay. So, Mike, why are all of these old school illnesses coming back around?
What you mean? Like what?
The World Health Organization reported that 8 million people were diagnosed with tuberculosis last year. And it's the highest number, 8 million. It's the highest number on record since the agency started keeping track years ago.
Didn't I get a TB shot? Like, because I used to get my TB. I just had a TB shot last year.
My whole thing is it's the older stuff that we used to hear about that's coming back on. That's a little bit concerning for me.
Like measles.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, like if polio and all that other stuff come back, I think we in a world of trouble.
It depends on, I don't want to say that, never mind.
What is it?
We live. I'll tell you later.
Okay, I was like, put that in the private chat. You know, I'm all for the dark humor. I'm here for the dark humor.
It ain't really humor. It's the truth, but it's gonna start some debate that I don't want to take.
Okay, are you gonna get me canceled? Because don't say it then.
Yeah, that's why I ain't gonna get nothing if it's canceled, but yeah.
So I know for all of y'all people that eat McDonald's out there, be careful. The Food and Drug Administration said that 90 people across 13 different states have fallen ill to E. coli. Okay, so if you all are some McDonald's eating folks, please watch yourself. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my God.
Yo, are you okay?
Oh my God. Okay. Lynn, she said respiratory illnesses are on the rise. Yes, y'all. I mean, you know what? Look, I ain't even gonna lie to you. When I traveled earlier in October, I definitely had a mask with me at the airport. I don't want to bring back no heebie-jeebies from the other places.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get in my bloodstream. Mike, that's funny. Yeah, that joke would have landed.
I didn't say it.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
just saying the joke. I told y'all he I made a message to me, and it's one of those things we would absolutely get canceled.
I didn't message you anything. Don't do that. Don't lie to these people. Do not lie to
Wow.
these people.
Anyway, a new lawsuit is out that's claiming that Subway grossly misled its customers by advertising sandwiches with more meat than what was actually delivered.
So wait, because you know I'm a Subway guy. They're supposed to give me more meatballs on the meatball marinara.
They're supposed to give you more. They're supposed to give you the same amount of meat that's advertised on the posters and everything. But there was a lady that actually filed the lawsuit. She has remained anonymous, but they started a class action suit, and she has alleged in her lawsuit that they've offered 200% less of the meat that they're actually supposed to on the sandwiches. So you might want to get over to Potbellies or something. I'm just saying, Potbellies actually give some good amount.
You've been trying to get me to switch since you know I'm a Subway guy.
When you know what, I ain't even gonna put you on blast about the other eatery, but that particular one, I'm just like, hey, Mike, I'm like, man, love yourself more.
What's the other one?
What, the Potbellies? I'm like, go to Potbellies.
Which one you told me? All right, my bad.
No, you said that you eat Subway. I'm like, ew.
That's exactly what she said. Like, how dare you?
Boo. I don't know. You know what? For me, and the simple fact that people are actually suing these establishments, but do you know they've sued Taco Bell, all of that? Like, all of this came out with the story that they've sued all of these people for false advertising.
Wow. I need to get in on these suits.
Look, give me my email and I'm putting my Zelle information. She said that's a true statement. That meat you can read your newspaper through. Girl, okay, right. Don't go. So, and Mike, you know, you're not going to be surprised with this story. So, coming out of Madison County, Indiana, Larry Savage, okay, he has been arrested and charged with stealing several election ballots during a recent voting machine test. They literally arrested him and he was released on a $500 bond in Indiana. These are the shenanigans that we have to look forward to.
Question. What are you doing with the ballots? So he took more than one?
Stealing several election ballots.
What was he going to do with them?
I don't know what he was going to do. I don't know. Maybe he was going to use it for
you can't do nothing with them. Like once you
it's the fact that they arrested him and he got out on a $500 bond. Like it's something about that. It's federal, right? Like wouldn't that be federal?
Probably, but you're gonna keep him in jail for stealing a ballot? Like
you should be locked up forever.
I mean,
you lock him up, throw away the key. She said, "Hope not vote for Trump." Wait, hope not Trump. What? Okay, girl. No. I mean, we support everybody's. We support everyone's right to do whatever they need to do. Now, this one, I'm certainly glad that this news is not affecting anyone in the Illinois area, but unfortunately. And I was kind of sad to read this because this is where we used to go when we really needed a deal. But TGI Fridays is closing nearly 50 of their locations throughout the U.S. TGI Fridays, you all know, it was a step above Applebee's, and we were thankful for it.
It's a lot of establishments closing down now, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of what's the term that they call those?
What?
Something establishments like you know they close
Like
down a lot
not
of
fast food, but like what? I don't know.
like they close down a lot of Red Lobsters. They've been closing down like a
Oh, the
lot of
chain
those
restaurant.
chain restaurants.
Yep.
Been you know.
It's I
Wow,
mean it's
TGI Fridays now.
yeah, I mean that was probably one of the last affordable ones because I'm like, if I'm gonna go to Red Lobster, like I want an ultimate feast. I want that. I want the trio. I want that. TGI Fridays, you can go in there with a solid $20 to $25. You were gonna get a drink, a meal, and a two-step, whatever you needed. All right. Let's see the next thing. Mike, did you hear that? Oh, excuse me, MH. My bad. Did you hear
been
that?
calling me Mike all night. Now she's gonna talk about MA.
Right. I just caught it. Did you hear that 50 Cent and Omari Hardrick? Like I did not know that they were on bad terms.
So I saw the 50 Cent interview.
Okay.
I saw an interview with Omari Hardwick. I want to say it was on the Pivot, where he explained his money issues with Power, in Power's initial episodes where he wasn't being paid a lot, and that 50 gave him the money to sustain until he was able to make the money, and so. Now, lately, the conversations about Power and what's going on, Amari came out saying, some things, and 50 took offense to it. Everybody who pay attention or know 50 Cent through, his interviews know that, or especially on social media, knows that he does not take kind to
entitlement.
That's the perfect word. Yes, not just entitlement, but entitlement and lack of accountability, right? And what I mean by that is like whatever you didn't have going on, I helped you, sustain to until it was time for you to make the money you made. And once you start making the money you made, you pay me back. We cool. Nobody knew that Power was going to become the successful franchise that it became.
Yeah.
So and
it wasn't even on the radar initially like that.
Right. So and it's in an argument, especially being that it's a 50 Cent thing, right? So more than not, people looking for it to hope that it failed. If we being honest, right? Like it wasn't like people was coming out the gate like, oh man, 50 got a show. Let's see what it's about, this and that, whatever, right? So when it took off and became what it became, he got paid. Like it's unfortunate, but I hope they can work it out because Ghost did make the franchise what it is.
He did.
Still hoping that he ain't really did.
Yeah, I'm just like this. I'm like, was it a dream? Hold on, David. Oh, baby, you done typed it in all tabs, baby. Is you mad? What? He said, but has everyone ever noticed not one person that ever worked with 50 say one good thing about him? So who is really lying here though, him or them? I you know what, David, I think that one is a little bit too hard to call, but I will say this. 50 Cent, to me, one thing I admire about him, and I think that it's something we could all learn from, he's very, very firm on his boundaries and his standards and how he operates with people. So while no one may have had the most delightful things to say about him, I think that we've all dealt with people who kind of lack being able to respect those boundaries. So, I mean, I'm not mad at him for doing whatever he needs to do to protect himself, his businesses and enterprises. So if they don't say anything to him, I mean, sometimes when you at the top, you are the most hated. And I believe that could potentially be his circumstance too. So,
and not just that, I think there's a sense of entitlement that comes with people who work with 50, right? I think that because they see his success, that they feel like their success should be they should be just as successful without doing as much of the work or taking as much of the risk, right?
Yeah.
I've heard of a bunch of stories of the things that 50 Cent has done for people.
Okay.
From his artists to people who he might not have direct contact with or like direct involvement with, and how he's helped them, and how in ways that people run to the the chatter of, oh man, like he said this about this person, or he ain't do this, but he did 15 different things prior to not doing this. That's like, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this. We keep running into the same problem. I ain't doing that.
Like it's
Good
kind of
luck.
breezed past almost to
Good
an
luck,
extent.
right? So it's like, oh, they run to like the one thing that he didn't do for this person finally. But I did 15 things for this person till I got to this point. Like, leave me alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's the bare rap 50 getting not he not rocking with his people.
And this is the thing. No one has to do anything for anyone that they don't want to do. 100%. It doesn't matter if you have money or not. You know, I mean, I think people get on a lot of these artists and everything. And I'm like, look, if you haven't grinded it out with them, you can't really tell them what they can do or not do with their money. Unless they're doing, you know, unless you are doing something for them where it's just like, okay, this is directly tied to something that will become a payable item. I don't think that you can really have any conversation about what anyone does with their finances.
100%.
Yeah. So, next up, because we gotta wrap up, Mike. We gotta wrap up because you know we want the people to get their sleep and get nourished so they'll be ready for Saturday, right?
They have to.
Absolutely. Nelly is relaunching Apple Bottom.
I've heard about this.
Yes. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? I'm like, Baby Fat coming back. I'm like, okay, so are we going back to the 99 and the 2000s?
It's about time.
I think so. I'm ready to get the apple bottom jeans and the boots with the furs.
Because apple bottoms came to this like a hot rod, right? Like they was lit, and then all of a sudden, boom, no more, right? Like we got what we get. Like we got apple bottoms, Baby Fat, and what was Beyonce line that she had?
Darion.
Like all that was like around the same time. Like it was lit.
She had that at like, you know, the girlies wasn't really you know, attaching to that one because I'm like, look, I'm like, Beyonce, I got $100. I need more than 1.5 items. Look, they like this. They're like, look, they like the most we got for you is a pair of pants and a bralette. Make it work.
But what I mean is, like, I'm glad we're starting to give artists brands again, like Rockaware. We used to have the Fat Farm and
True Religion.
Fat.
Did you see the True Religion stuff?
Facts.
Yeah, it was a good app.
So to see artists branding again is pretty dope.
Okay, last thing, and Mike, this one was a big one. Did you see the fact that Diddy's son got into it with Ray J?
I saw it. The headlines. I saw a clip of him on the Nicki Minaj live last night talking about it, where he was saying that that it wasn't really an altercation like people are making it. It was, you know, he said it was more him this time than them because, you know, they brought it to him again about whatever he said, and you know he said that he was trying to clear up, you know, what he was said with them, and that he might have took it too far. So Chris had to say, chill out, and
like
everything worked out.
You know what's so funny? When I went out to LA this summer for the BET Awards,
talk.
Okay. So I was out there and it was funny. So Anthony was actually the one that told me about this story. He came in while I was getting myself together yesterday. He's like, did you hear about this? I was like, no. I was like, I actually had not heard about this quite yet. You know, I went to sleep early the night before. So I was telling him, I was just like, why everybody want to fight Ray J? Because when we were out in LA, literally walking out, so we were walking to go to the shuttles that was going to the after party. Mm-hmm. And him and Lemmy from the Zeus Network, I guess they had just kind of like wrapped up they little, you know, fisticuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, and it was still like they were still in.
Oh, you were a part of that. You walked right into that. I remember that conversation.
Mike, remember I told you I was just like this. I was like, yo, I'm like, check this out. So I'm like, I'm walking outside. I'm talking about they about to go to blows. Look, y'all. Y'all got to stop paying Ray J some attention and wanting to fight this man. Just Ray J is not a fighter like that.
Yo,
I'm gonna need for y'all to wait a minute.
him on Nicki Live was legendary though.
Yeah, hold on. Wait, David. He said Diddy's son should be mad at their dad, not the people who have opinions about what he's been being accused of. Your dad hurt a lot of people and is being labeled as a creep. You can stand by him, but his actions are not justified whatsoever. David, look, honey, we respect everybody's stuff. Okay.
Due process.
Due process. Chase Bank is in the process of suing all of y'all that got the money during the glitch.
Hey, somebody hit me up about that too. Like, yo, Mike, I can help you get some money. You can't help me do nothing. I'm good.
It's not supposed to come to you that quickly for all the scammers, thieves, fools. Okay. I just want to leave y'all with that. Oh, and they getting the PPP folks too. So be blessed.
Facts.
Be blessed. Mike, you look like you getting tired over there.
So you're gonna say I'm tired?
You tired?
Yeah, tell me you wanted me to go home. Well, get off, and I'm gonna just, But I ain't tired. I'm okay.
Look, ain't nobody trying to hear all of that macaroni. We about to take a break, y'all, and when we come back, got the topic of the night. Now, look. I know that the topic sounded a little bit like, oh my God, Meech, why are we talking about this? But it's really okay. I want to give you all some tips. So we're going to talk a little bit about grief. We're going to talk a little bit about it. Mike, you're going to give some insights too, so get prepared. We'll be right back, y'all.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. Not the ice from the cup. Ice from the cup was hidden. Mike, what you sipping on over there? Are you sipping on the Don Julio and acting the Julio over there?
I am.
Okay.
And you called me mid-sip.
I was like this. I'm like, bottoms up.
Yo, who catches me mid-sip? I'll never get caught mid-sip. That's funny.
So look, Mike, this particular topic tonight, it was a special request, but I want to keep it lighthearted tonight because I ain't gonna lie, it's been one of those weeks. But tonight we're talking about healing through the heartache, embracing grief, and honoring love. So I did get permission. It was actually my aunt. Y'all know my aunt. She supports me. Hey, Auntie Tracy, girl. Hey, girl. I told her that I would talk about it. You know, Mike, I tell them every week, the hardest part about doing the show?
What's that?
Finding a topic. So I love when they come to me organically and I can kind of speak on something.
100%.
So, I've been doing the show for a while, and I've, of course, always been very open and transparent about, just kind of like dealing with loss, especially I lost a parent. So that's why tonight's What Would You Do? I'm like, okay, let me be a little bit flexible here. But Sunday was actually the anniversary of my mom's passing. And y'all, let me tell you this. It was a busy weekend. First off, I told y'all everything I had to do Saturday. And when I woke up Sunday and I recognized what date it was, I kind of, tonight's What Would You Do was really funny because I had that moment too where I looked at the date, Mike. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh man, it snuck up on me. Things have been so busy, it really snuck up on me. And Sunday was a rough one. Sunday was a rough one. I have to be honest. I think, you know, when you're dealing with grief and then still trying to deal with the day to day, it could be a lot. And when I was talking with my aunt and she said she wanted, you know, she was like, "Hey, can you talk about this?" I felt like that I really wanted to give a little bit of some insight as far as some tips that have helped me to not stay in that place when I've been in the midst of my grief.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike, I really want you to chime in too, because, you know, I mean, we've all experienced, I guess, like loss to an extent. So I would love if you could add to the conversation, but I really, really wanted to just kind of start it off with some tips and let's just break into conversation. But I think my first tip and the biggest thing that was really easy for me to get through Sunday was allowing myself to feel what I was feeling at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so whether that was sadness, I mean, you know, sometimes I'm not even gonna lie, when I think about my mama being gone, I get mad sometimes too. I'm like, ooh, why is she not here? What's going on? But allow myself to really go through all of those feelings of whatever comes up.
Yeah.
Is that something you kind of do if you have something like that going on?
So I lost my brother this year. January made 20 years that he been gone, right?
Yeah.
And so I do the same. I find myself thinking about him like daily. Like the smallest thing could happen, and I'd be like the wind could blow the wrong way. I won't say the wrong way, but the wind could blow, and you'll be like, you'll come up with something. So I would agree with what you said. Like, you know, have your moment, but also like always remember to celebrate them.
Absolutely.
Like always remember to celebrate that person. Good, bad, indifferent, right? Like just celebrate them, not just on the day that they passed or their birthday, but just, you know, in totality, so that it kind of eases it. 20 years, again, my brother been gone. It's I still feel it, but I'm at a place in my life where I'm like, yo, he was a champion. And the 19 years he was here, he served his purpose and did, you know, such phenomenal things that I'm always celebrate him. So
yeah. And you know what, I agree with that. Just definitely it kind of goes along with my next tip of as far as just how it's been helpful to me is really just remembering, honoring their memory. Essentially, I had to get to a place where after I had lost my mom and of course other family members and stuff too, that that celebration part can be a little bit of a challenge initially. It sounds easier than what it is, but when you do actually get to that place where you can celebrate them, you're not breaking down every, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like crying in the car, you know, like the full grieving process. It allows you to kind of flow through it a little bit more seamlessly when you do it in celebration. So I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And another thing I will add is it's been important. I feel like you got to have a good support system or even if it's not a support system as far as with people, some type of method to bring you out of that space when the grief gets to be too heavy.
For sure. I think
I'm like this. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what's your thing that you do, Mike?
So I do a few things, right? Like I try to go to the cemetery to visit.
Okay.
I ain't gonna act like I go like weekly or daily, right? Like, cause I don't. But just sometimes when I really like when he's on my heart, I be like, I gotta go see him, you know. And when you go to I ain't gonna lie, the first time going to the cemetery or first few times going to the cemeteries, it felt weird. It felt like it was reopening the wound of the passing, but it also brought like a calm over me as well once I got there, because I found myself talking to his grave, and it felt like I was talking to him. I almost felt like he was standing there listening to me, you know, get my thoughts and feelings out. So, you know, that helped as well. Absolutely. So much that my family celebrate my brother that my kids, my nieces and nephews who have never met this man a day in their life cry more than we cry now when we go to celebrate him. And it's weird, like y'all don't even know him for real, but they know him through us. So
grief is really our outpouring of love for those that are not with us, right? 100%. So even though you and your family have been grieving, the y'all younger family members are feeling the love that you all are putting out for him. So that's why it probably feels like man, like y'all didn't even know him personally, but the love that you all are outputting is translating to the baby. So
for sure.
Definitely. Lynn, she said yesterday was honoring day of the love of my life. He's been gone 5 years, and I honored him and all the amazing things he did for so many people. I love that, Lynn.
That's
like
dope.
That. Lynn is my cousin, and Lynn is my cousin that we got connected. Mike, you know how you had those long lost cousins and then y'all find each other?
Mm-hmm.
I love Lynn to death. And when I found out that that her husband had passed, I was like, oh my goodness. She, when I tell you, is so strong, always just like radiating that light out to everybody. Lynn, I love you, girl. Definitely. And I'm glad that yesterday was a great day. She said,
hi, cousin.
Right. Hey, cuz. The next thing that I want to tell people is to make sure that in the midst of your grief, you are taking care of your physical health. Take care of yourself. I know when I was in the depths of my grief, I mean, it would be times I didn't even want to get up, Mike. Like for real, I'm just like this. I'm like, ooh, baby, I can't even do it. Take me now. I don't want to do it. You still got to remember to take care of yourself in that physical realm too. Would you agree?
For sure.
Definitely. I think the biggest piece and this last tip that I want to share, Mike, with them is that to give yourself grace and time. So just like we were talking about with the what would you do earlier tonight, when those special holidays and different things roll around, okay. And I want to say this, wait, before I go into this point, and I don't mean to skip around, but grief, when we talk about embracing grief and honoring love, grief is not exclusively tied to those that are no longer with us anymore.
Facts.
You can also still grieve people that are living and walking amongst you at this time. Okay. At whatever capacity that is. So giving yourself grace to kind of work through whatever those dynamics or things are, whether if it's that person is not here. These could be relationships. These could be family members that you are no longer in contact with. You have to understand that you may not 100% get over those things, but you have to learn healthy ways to get through them. Right?
100%.
I don't know. I feel like it takes a lot of time to, get comfortable, because grief, like I said, and from my vantage point, grief is the love that's still left after whatever it is, because it could be a person that's living, it could be someone that you have lost in the midst of life.
Yeah, and it's not a time limit to it though, right? Like, because you might think like, man, okay, 3 years later, like I'm starting to feel better, and then year 7, you like, man, it feel like it happened yesterday,
Yeah.
Year 12, you're like, okay, it's cool, I'm coping with it this way, and then, but year 14, it's like, golly, like,
yeah,
it's how long
really,
I gotta feel like this, So
yeah, like you know what, you're so right as far as the fact that it feels, it can feel fresh sometimes. Like even Sunday for me, I've been very candid about the fact that I would say probably these last 18 months have been the craziest times, not even just bad stuff, right? Just things that normally, if like if my mom was around, I'm like, girl, I would share, we would be sitting up there kicking, we would have a good time. It's certain years that have been more difficult than others. Like the last couple years, I was out on the island. I was island hopping. So I'm just like this. Okay. I'm like, I'm in my grief, but I'm like, we're going to honor mom with some shots. But this year it was me on the couch in my blanket, looking like a Rugrat doll, eyes puffy. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike, for real. For real. Last year I was
The rug right there.
last year I was outside. This year I'm just like this. I'm like, yo, like, where my mama at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to talk to her. So I had to give myself grace on Sunday to just be like, you know what? I'm like, I need to sit here for a little while, and I'm gonna stay here for a little while, and that's okay. You know,
for sure.
Definitely. Mike, any last tips that you can add or that you want to share with the people that has helped you personally get through?
Be consistent with yourself, like you said. Give yourself empathy and grace, but also like allow yourself to have a moment. I really try to live by this mantra of making it a moment, not a consistent thing, not a lifestyle, right? Like, and what I mean by that is like, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to feel however you feel in that moment. Yeah. But then, remember how dope you are and how dope that person is, or how dope, the situation was. Remember the good parts about it. Like, don't let the grief or the anger surpass and outweigh the goodness and dopeness of you or that person. So.
Absolutely. I mean, it's funny that you said that. It kind of runs along with my mantra that I always say it. Allow yourself to have a moment, an episode, or a season, but don't stay there. Naturally, those moments and episodes are going to come up. I know for me, I heard a Tina Marie song. That was one of my mom's favorite artists. I heard a Tina Marie song. I'm talking about boo-hooed, cried in the Kia. Okay. I'm like,
hey, Tina Marie Portuguese love is my joint.
Who's there dancing, ladies? Whatever. Allow yourself to have that moment. But I'm like, this is my love coming out. Oh, Lynn, I love this. She said, grief is love, either no place to go. Okay. But no place to go. Yeah, I'm like, that's a little bit how it goes. So, I think this is a good topic. Mike, I really try to talk about real experiences of things that are actually happening. Because I feel like the people need to hear it.
Right.
100%. If you all have any tips, make sure that you drop those in the comments. Now, look, I have to take a really quick break. The Don Julio is eating me up at this point.
She off that Don Julio.
Julio. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm closing out with the quote of the night. And I'm not going to lie. I followed this particular person. Tonight's quote comes from Threads, and baby, she went in. Somebody's going to be able to relate to this. We'll be right back.
Introducing the Roach Motel Ashtray, the greatest ashtray in the world. It's the ashtray of every smoker's dream. And the reason why is because it has a storage compartment with a lid on it, so you can keep all of your stuff away from the ashes. It's luxurious. It'll change your life. That's right, the Roach Motel Ashtray. And you can get it at www.roachmotelstore.com. Log on now and get yours today.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types. And baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Mike, I didn't even wish these people happy Halloween, right?
Sheesh.
What is wrong? What is going on?
So
anyway,
now, though, right?
Happy Halloween, y'all. Happy Halloween, y'all.
She said that it still wasn't about to do it.
I was gonna wish them a happy Halloween. So okay, look, wrapping this up. So y'all know I'll be on Threads. Mike, you be on Threads too, right?
Yep.
Threads. Okay, so I saw this one, and I don't know. I tell y'all that the quote of the night, they find me. I do not seek them out; they find me. This is from your friend Trend, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Follow her. It's your friend Trend. That's TRIN. _.
I thought you was talking about my friend, and I'm like, who?
Well, I mean, I don't know. She might be your friend. I don't know. You have to go and check out on Threads. But okay, this quote, I mean, it's gonna resonate for somebody. Take it or leave it. And when people think you're doing too much, even though that much is for their benefit, pull back and do less. Protect your peace, friend. Not everyone will appreciate the effort you give, and that's okay. Prioritize those who value your energy and never feel guilty for reserving it for those who do. Okay. This is for all my people. Stop letting people run over y'all. Mike, you got anything to add?
No, she said it.
I think that one was pretty much, hey, Latifa, what's up, girl? I think that one was pretty straight to the point. Pull back and do less. Don't do the most, y'all.
100%.
That was brought to y'all from Don Julio. Mike, before you leave us tonight, before we all leave and we log off, let them know how they can follow you. I want to put it up for more of my visual learners. I'm going to put up your information for them too.
Mm-hmm.
But let them know how they can follow you.
You can go check out my website, DJ MH2da.com. That's DJ MH2da.com. And it will let you go to my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok as well. But follow me everywhere at DJ MH2da. Yeah, that's me. And see y'all Saturday at the Daycation, right?
They better be out there. I don't want to hear no excuses because, Mike, you know, whenever we go and whenever we post that we always having a good time. You know what the word is afterwards. They're like, man, I missed it.
I should have came. I should have. Can I give them an exclusive real quick? I'm gonna give y'all the exclusive.
Oh my God, I didn't know he was giving an exclusive. Wait, what you finna exclusive?
The Daycation is continuous now. We back. So it's this month, it's next month, it's the month after that, it's the month after that, the month after that, the month. Like we back outside. Pull up. So you ain't got no excuse. But don't put us off like, I'm gonna go next month. I'm gonna go next month.
Yeah. Because this is the thing, Mike. They gotta not put us off because we'll be in another city.
That's what I'm saying.
Out of the state of Illinois.
We outside. Pull up.
We outside. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Mike, thank you so much for being my special guest tonight. And wanting to hang out with the Blueprint Live family.
I just want to go on record to let y'all know that she called me Mike and MH all night. She ain't even really, know which way to go. But she gonna curse me out to say, don't let these people call you Mike.
And we finna flip it off him. He about to get removed from the screen. If you haven't already, make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company everywhere at the BP Media Co. And be sure to follow your girl, MzMetchi, everywhere. That's MzMetchi. Join us this Saturday for the Daycation, okay? Tomorrow, I'm very excited. Ovita was on the live with me earlier, but I will be a guest on the Intellectual Radio on the network with Ovita and Born Rich. So I'm excited to sit down and interview them. Like, I finally get to go and sit down and I don't have to do the interviewing. So it's nice to be interviewed. So catch me tomorrow. That'll be from 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Saturday, we outside, baby. Make sure that, I've been dropping the things for the homeless donations. We're putting together some bundles. This is in partnership with the association. So make sure, let's give back this season. That's what it's all about. Blacktopia is coming. Mike, you coming to Blacktopia next year. Go ahead and declare it online right now. Yeah, you'll be there.
If I'm not booked.
And you won't be because we're going to block that calendar off.
Jesus. Jesus. It depends on if I'm booked or not. I'll be there. But can one more thing real quick. Tomorrow night, if you're not doing anything, pull up to Broadway and Matt's and I'll be at Excalibur. It's going down from 9 to 2 a.m., If you want to come hang out with me. If you can't make it Saturday, come out tomorrow night. But you got to make it Saturday, or you can make it both nights.
No, they come in Saturday.
Kim, what I do?
She said, please stop. Wait, Kim, what did he do?
What I do?
Happy Halloween, Land. Wait, she said, please stop it, Mike.
Jesus.
What?
I've been looking for Kim all night.
I was looking for her too, because Kim, we really would have loved to have Wade have your opinion on tonight's What Would You Do? It was off the chain.
Yeah.
It was off the chain. Shout out to all of my amazing sponsors, Fiya Infusions. I can't even talk tonight. That's Don Julio. Live Long Health. Talking about Kim. Kim, I'll be talking to you shortly. And Paris Ice Bar, of course. And of course, shout out to my amazing radio partners, Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5. Now, next week, I'm going to be on, but the week after that, y'all, I'm going to be out. It might be for 2 weeks. I don't know. Mike, I be taking breaks.
I get it.
I need it. It's very much, it's very demure to take a break these days. Bye, y'all. Until next week. Bye.
It's Tara.
It's MzMetchi.
Yeah. Okay.
I need a drop.
Let me end.